Got time for a cup of coffee or a drink of water or just to sit down and give this a listen? Hey, how you doing? Hope everybody's doing well. I want to remind us of something very, very powerful that many of us oftentimes forget. By the way, my name is Jan. Welcome to the Save Money and More with Jan channel. I really appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. Listen, oftentimes we forget how empowered we are in our homes, in our apartments, whether you're living in an SUV, whatever space you're living in, we are empowered. We are the CEOs, or if you rather call yourself a CFO, Chief Financial Officer, or a Chief Executive Officer, we are the chiefs. We are the managers of our own financials, of how we run the show in our homes. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Of course, all credit goes to the good Lord. However, the good Lord wants us to do our part. The good Lord wants us to do our part, not just sit back and wish everything away. I wish I had this, get a magic wand. It doesn't work like that. All of us know this. We really do know this deep down inside. But I think it's really, really important that we take a minute and, give yourself a pat on the back because every single day we are making decisions. Now, I'm not saying all the decisions that all of us make, including me, I'm not saying that all the decisions that everyone makes are necessarily the most bet the 100% you know, on target, decisions. Sometimes we make mistakes. That's real life. But the great news is, I look at it this way. I can only speak for myself on this. I believe I learned from my mistakes. Every mistake is a lesson learned. A mistake is never, ever, ever a waste. Always take an opportunity of the mistakes we have made and the lessons we have learned from our mistakes. Then you have to forgive. You have to forgive yourself for your mistakes. Okay. Self forgiveness is really, really key. Now, what is this all leading up to? I read this. I also heard it on a very credible video channel here that more than ever, more than since quite a while, okay? The numbers may vary. Some say the year 2017, some say another year. I just learned something startling. Not that I'm so surprised, but to read it and then to hear it, it was like, wow, there are more people filing for bankruptcy. I don't like that word. It makes me sad. More people than ever at this time filing for bankruptcy. Again, what does this tell? What does this tell? Okay. It tells a lot. And I mean, I'm no financial expert by any stretch of the imagination, but wouldn't it make sense to think that if one's income doesn't meet their expenses, it's not going to work. Okay. So, of course, people have to raise their income, try to avoid debt, blah, 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 blah. And if you didn't know, recently we had a collab with Money Mom, Sensible Living with Money Mom Dawn, and with How Debbie Saves Debbie, and of course, yours truly. And, go back. Everybody offers some great tips, in trying to pull ourselves out of debt. Okay. Pull everyone out of debt. Even if a person has a low income, they will find a way to pull out of debt. But it just makes me really, really sad and actually kind of annoyed at like certain situations that, I don't know, maybe it encourages it. I don't know. I mean, like in a subtle manner. I don't know that, but I get the impression that, see, to me, there are some things that make zero sense to me. To me, just speaking for myself, not speaking for anyone else. I'm just speaking for myself. If a person, for example, and of course the bird clock, hang on, let me see if I can make it louder, but I can't. Hey, Linda, and anybody else. Oh boy, oh boy. I would be on the line where I'm saying some things make zero sense, and of course the bird clock jumps in. There you go. All right. This makes zero sense to me. Okay. Let's say a person isn't doing so great financially, right? Then that person is offered what seems like pie in the sky, a shortcut way to obtain, let's say, property, for example. And that person thinks, "Oh, okay, great. That's the end of my troubles." If a person is already having financial problems, throwing them a bone, if you will, like like a little animal, without the understanding of the how much more it takes to run and maintain I'm like, "Okay." I'm sitting here literally scratching my head on this one going like, "Doesn't anyone see that there could be a problem with that?" Sure. It reminds me, for example, of those, I'm sorry to mention this, but those buy now and pay later deals. No, well, it may solve an instant problem. Like instantly you want brand new furniture in your house, right? You don't feel like going to the used furniture place. You don't feel like doing this or that. You want to take the quote, end of quote, easy way out. Now, I'm not saying there aren't people out there who follow the rules. They do everything and they pay it off, and that's the end of it. Case closed. Okay. I think differently. I like to avoid things like that, but that's me. No judgment. But anyone that does it the proper way and pays it off, hey, done deal. All right. However, my heart goes out to the person they're really pitching to. You think they're really pitching to the person that is going to be credit worthy, paid off? In my opinion, I could be wrong. I could be 1,000% wrong. I don't know. I'm not a financial anything. I'm just Jan like everybody else. But this is just an observer. Wouldn't it seem to like make sense that sometimes those companies may go after the people that more than likely are gonna be late and all those fees that come in. You're not gonna make so many fees on people who are paying things off on time. Now, doesn't that make sense? Let's think about that. It goes back to regular, use of a credit card, which, by the way, is a good thing. Don't get me wrong. A credit card is a good thing in the right hands. And it is true. There are some people who can handle a credit card far, far better than others. But you want to know what I think? I take it, dial it back to my original feelings. There has to be more financial education in our schools because a lot of the people today, well, I'm sorry to say, don't take that minute, at home, whether you're a parent or a guardian or just don't have that minute and relying on the educational system to say, look, this is where it begins. This is what would work. This is what doesn't make sense. And this is what will fail. Up to you. You want what works or you want what fails. It's just that simple. Okay. And as I record this, I think there are two decisions fairly large out there. One decision a person makes will work. The other decision a person makes will certainly fail without there's no absolutely, there's the right decision and there's the I wish you thought better decision. Okay. That's me. That's how I feel about things. But this is life all the time. But I wanted to let you know, and you could double check as of January report 2024, the really very, very high amounts of people filing for bankruptcy. That is not good. So let's add this up together. All right. A whole lot of people, way more than we ever wanted to. They're in debt. Okay. Remember I mentioned that? Over 60, it's either 60 or 62% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck at this time. Now I'm hearing about or reading about and hearing about two sources that I double checked this on about high bankruptcy filings. That is not good. So, what do some people wish to do? Pour more oil on the fire. Does that even make logical sense? Because we are the CEOs and the CFOs of our homes, of our kitchens, of our listen, let me tell you something. I give a kudos for the person that there are a lot of people out there that just making it, okay? But they meet their bills all the time. They manage to squeak in a little bit of savings, every single month. They do the right thing month in, month out. They say no to the latest gadgets, or the frou-frous, or maybe skip a haircut once in a while. Or instead of getting three mani pedis a month, maybe cut it down to one. You see where I'm going with this? People that make conscientious money decisions. Okay. Listen, You can't, we, all of us, we can't blame the other things for the decisions we make. We have to take charge as the CEOs or the CFOs of our own lives, which happens to be us, by the way. We have to make our own correct decisions. I believe in sitting down, weighing it out, whatever it may be, whether or not I should get that used furniture in the thrift store as opposed to, oh, brand new shiny penny, buy now, pay later. Yeah, you're going to pay later, all right, especially if you don't make the payments on time. A lot of people are looking for that quick fix, but anytime I've ever seen situations with the quick fixes, especially to the vulnerable ones who do not understand perhaps how economy works. And I don't blame them at all whatsoever because maybe, just maybe, it's just meant for some people, all of us, to not understand. This is why, as the CEOs and CFOs of our own lives, please, please take that minute. If something doesn't make sense, look it up. Thankfully, today, we hold in our hands the information superhighway. I'm just saying, tap, tap, and there's your answer. Can't say, well, I have to trek over to my library and it's about a mile away. No, 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 no. We can pick up our you just on your little phone, tap, tap, tap. Ask yourself, more of the same? I don't know about that.